Hey, darlings. So, what's on my mind this week is a theme that I don't usually dive into very deeply. It's kind of not native for me for a lot of good reasons, but it's about rage. And it's coming up for a variety of reasons. First of all, we have a lot to be enraged about. We have a lot to be sorrowful, grief stricken, to be terrified, and to have a sense of powerlessness that feeds into that fear and rage, I think. I'm not convinced that we are as powerless as we feel, because I really think that what we do, even on the micro level in our lives, really matters. How we are living with each other really matters. But this theme of rage comes up because I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, We Can Do Hard Things, with Glennon Doyle and Amanda Wambach, and their guest this week is Megan Watterson, and she is a journalist and now a scholar. She trained at the same school where I trained, so it brought back a lot of memories for her to be reading the apocryphal gospels, the ones that didn't make it into the canon, the ones that focus on women. So I studied with somebody who really was a major scholar about the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, and so has Megan Watterson, that one, and the Acts of Paul and Thecla. Thecla is a saint in some traditions. Her story is about, according to Watterson, her story is about her realizing that what she needs is within herself, and that she doesn't actually need permission from the patriarchal world to participate in this new way of being that Paul is preaching. St. Paul is preaching, and she ends up baptizing herself. And that is the title of Megan Watterson's most recent book, The Girl Who Baptized Herself. I'm really curious. I'll be looking into it. But Megan Watterson is also talking about this month of March, Women's History Month. Another thing that I don't often dwell on, because I think Black history, I think women's history, I think every targeted group's history should be our history throughout the year. And I ignore these months. This year I realized at my peril, because we need to zero in, we need to face the truths of long time histories of oppression that continue in this day and that are enraging. So Megan Watterson and the podcast hosts were particularly talking about the rage that the ongoing revelation of and dismissal in some areas of the Epstein files are rightfully causing. It's hard for me to talk about it because my own rage starts to rise. Now, I don't like to dwell in rage myself. It's not great for my nervous system. And I don't find it a fuel that is sustainable for me in trying to live with love at the center. Love is not a contrast to rage. I want to say that again. But it's not a fuel for me for sustaining my participation in the resistance to all that harms, all that is striving to destroy a sense of everyone's worth and dignity and rights and participation, full participation and thriving in this life that is such an amazing gift. So I don't tend to linger with that fire of rage in my own body and heart and mind. However, when I think about the times when I have felt most rage-filled, it's almost always because it's connected not just to my life, but to a whole system of really entrapment, right? Of limitation that is neither just nor useful nor valuable nor, well, of course, it's not life-giving. So I think what I want to say is that if you are somebody who is feeling an enormous amount of rage, I hope that you have people and places where you can literally spend time with it and understand all its many layers and textures. I think that's a really important aspect of embodying these moments and knowing where they're trying to guide us. And I hope you also know that your rage is likely to be, in these moments, a good and holy thing. And I want to say, blessed are you who rage. I hope that the love that motivates that rage is the thing that guides you most. And I hope that I can learn both to feel my rage and to express the love that embraces even, yes, it really does, even those who are doing the things that cause the rage. It's not that I want to be deeply engaged with these people. That is not my lane. That's not my job. Do I believe that people can be redeemed? I do. Do I think it's likely in some cases? I don't. But I have a fundamental faith and hope in this project called being human and being alive. And I want us to use all our resources to create the kind of world where all can thrive. I love you. I'll see you soon.